I'll just here talk a little football with you.
Yeah.
It's been an interesting week for the Seahawks.
Yes, it has.
And the article, of course, Seth Wickersham came out last week. There was a ton of reaction about that from teammates on social media. You spoke with some Seahawks players. What did they tell you about how they receive Russell Wilson in the locker room?
Well, listen, I talked to Seahawks defensive end Michael Bennett last night, and the first thing he told me, Matt, was, look, everyone in the NFL has to be able to deal with scrutiny and judgment. But he said, what you have to realize with our team is that we were all so young before the pre-LOB days, right? So Bennett's 31, Richard Sherman's 29, Russell Wilson's 28. And he said, a lot has changed in our lives off the field. You know, we've gotten married, kids, all that other stuff. But here's the thing, we've invited each other to each other's weddings and things like that. Now, he said, at the end of the day, is it true that we have issues as brothers? Are there tensions? Yes, but he also said that's normal with colleagues and teammates and things like that. And at the end of the day, all of us are here to perform. Now, I asked Bennett, what do you think of Russell Wilson? And his quote to me was, I think he's super relatable, you know, with his kids, his growing family, the charities that he does. He said the one thing you can't take away from Russell Wilson is that he is trying to be super positive. Now, here's the other thing. I was texting with Richard Sherman over the weekend, and I said, you know, what is your reaction to the Seth Wickersham piece, and what is it that you feel like it will do to your relationship with Russell Wilson? And he said, I don't think it's going to have any impact. I'm indifferent to it. And so I specifically asked, how would you characterize your relationship with Russell Wilson? And he said, quote, it's professional. But look, at the end of the day, I think what he's trying to say is we're all businessmen when it comes to Sunday. We're here to perform. No one's taking that away from how they get together when it's, you know, game day on Sunday. And Michael Bennett just closed it all by saying our camaraderie comes together and is strengthened by the fact that we're all trying to win another Super Bowl.
This isn't unique to NFL locker rooms.
Absolutely.
There are guys that don't get along outside of the walls of the locker room, but as long as they get along on Sunday, get along at practice, get along at the facility, and they win football games.
And that's how it is at any workplace.
Right.
We put business, you know, aside when it needs to be aside, and we take care of what needs to be taken care of on the football when it's time to, you know, win the game on Sunday.
Richard Sherman just happens to be one of those outspoken players that will give his opinion on players.
Well, he's about his business one way or the other.
I love it. Justina Anderson, good insight. Thank you for that. And speaking of how